Hi everybody, Jake here for FMSCOUT, and in today's video we're going to be looking at a Georgian Wonderkid who, on the left hand side of the pitch, causes havoc in this Wonderkid Superstar simulation and becomes one of the best players in the world, and he's not even going to cost you that much money. Hi everybody, and as I mentioned in the intro, we're back with another episode of Wonderkid to Superstar, the series where we take a Wonderkid, put them to the maximum end of their potential range and simulate their growth over the course of a few seasons to see what you potentially might get in your saves should you sign this player. So today's player is a Wonderkid that I enjoyed using in FM21, but in FM22 he's a different beast. He had a breakout season last year, I believe, in real life football, and there's plenty of talk about him now in terms of moving to the big leagues and to big clubs and seeing what could happen with him. And it looks like this guy could be the star for his national team too in the future. So with that being said, we're going to get right into looking at him. But before we do, I'd like to ask you guys to like the video if you enjoy this kind of content, if you like the player, or if you just want to share this video out to as many people as possible and be an absolute legend. And comment down below your rating for this player out of 10, take into account his attributes, how he performs in game, the value for money and all that kind of thing. And if you haven't already, then subscribe to the channel as we go for 130,000 subscribers. And if you want to be extra nice, I'm almost done, don't worry, you can check out my channel, linked in the description, where we've got a Newcastle save going on. And there we go, that's everything, I'm done, let's get into looking at this Wonderkid. So here we are in Russia. This is where our Wonderkid plays if we go to the Russian Super League, and if I can try and find them, there they are, Rubin Kazan. And in their squad you will see this player here. You don't need to have the Russian leagues loaded. I've just got the Spanish league loaded here with the automatic large database set. So the player we're looking at today, and bear with me and let me know if I get it wrong in the comments, but I'll try my best. Kavicha Kvaratskhelia. I'm just going to call him Kavicha for the purpose of this video because I'm going to struggle, and even then that might be wrong. But here you go, you are looking at him. He is 20 years old, which some of you might see as a red flag already because he's a little bit older than some other Wonderkids, and that might mean, oh, he's got less room to grow, blah, blah, blah. You can't mould him into the kind of player you want because his attributes are already set into the kind of player that he's going to be. But I still think he's definitely a top tier Wonderkid this year. His potential range you can find in the bottom left hand of your screen right now. If it's on the low end, you're getting a very good player for only around £10 million is all they ask. And if it's on the high end, you're getting, you know, one of the world's best midfielders, and you will see that in this simulation. So as you can see, inside forward or inverted winger are his preferred positions. Now, he doesn't particularly shine in finishing or crossing, which is pretty much the main differential between inverted winger and inverted forward, whether they're going to cut in and shoot or cut in and cross. So depending on what your system plays, if you use this position, then I would suggest just training up the attribute that you need to work. So if you want to make him an inverted winger, then you train up the crossing, inside forward the finishing, you get the idea. But looking at this guy, as mentioned, he is Georgian. Now, that's quite interesting. You don't see too many Georgian Wonderkids. And he will go on to be one of the best players for their national team, and he already is here in this simulation before we've even started. 8 appearances, 3 goals, and so far for Rubin Kazan, he's been appearing pretty consistently, and he's now being talked about in real life football, being linked with big moves to the top 5 leagues, to some of the best clubs in them leagues, and he's definitely going to be one to keep an eye on, and Football Manager is no different. So we'll get straight into looking at him a few years in the future, but let's just quickly check over his attributes. He's pretty quick on that left hand side with some great agility, which will help in terms of him cutting inside, whether it's for shooting or crossing purposes. Mentally very strong with some good flair, but his determination is fairly low in this save. We'll try and train it out of him as time goes on. And then technically is where he is super strong, because alongside that nice flair he's got in the mental department, he has got 18 technique and 16 dribbling with 14 first touch. And yeah, he's just very good on the ball, and he likes to try killer balls often, tries tricks, cuts inside from both wings, runs with the ball often. He's definitely a come inside, dribble past a few people and do something with the ball kind of player. So if we can just improve his final third product, whether that's shooting, crossing, alongside some of their mental attributes, plus maybe an increase in his passing too, we're going to be looking at one of the best wide midfielders in the game. So we bought him over to Real Madrid. He only cost us £10 million as expected, and you could definitely negotiate that better than we did. All we're going to do is simulate 6 years with this player being forced to play on that left hand side for Real Madrid. First we're going to simulate 3 years, see how he's got on, and then check in with him at the end of the 6, see what awards he's won, that kind of thing. If you've seen one of these episodes before, you know how it works. So without further ado, I will see you guys in 3 years, where hopefully he's been performing for the first team and maybe getting some goal returns. Okay everyone, we are here in 2024, 3 seasons have passed with Kavicha playing on that left hand side for Real Madrid as often as possible. The club's been doing well, consistently winning the top division here in Spain, and Kavicha has been a massive part of that this season, particularly hitting 21 goals across the season and being the club's top goal scorer, most man of the match awards. You can see it's already going very well. Obviously, you do have to preface this by saying some Wonderkids we look at after 3 years are only going to be 19, 18, whatever it might be, and therefore aren't expected to do this well. But I suppose you could say, for a 23-year-old, you're expecting them now to contribute to the team, and that is exactly what Kavica has done for Real Madrid. Looking at him already, after signing him for £10 million, 3 seasons on, he is worth 10 times that. And I'm sure if a transfer bid actually came in, you could get even more for him than that value. Now, he has been awesome so far in his time at Real Madrid. One thing you might notice is his international caps hasn't changed. I don't know why that is. If we do go to Georgian national team, of course he's the best player, but for some reason he just hasn't been in their squad. I don't really know how it works, whether because we don't have a certain thing loaded that it's not actually simulating the Georgian national team performances. I don't know. You'd think the manager would be stupid for not picking the best player that they've got and one of the best wide players in the world. But yeah, he has become awesome, and he is exactly that in my opinion now. One of the best wide players in the world. And if you don't believe me, you will soon, at least in his age category for sure. He is doing very well right now. Physically, very strong, quick, very agile, good balance, decent jumping reach, naturally fit, with some good stamina. Yes, he needs a bit of work in the strength department, but we can look past it when he's this good in the other areas that are actually important for his role. Mentally, he has been developing 15 anticipation, 14 composure, 15 decision making. That flair is still there. Thanks to some mentoring, that termination has gone up. And then his off the ball and vision are also quite complementary to his game, but it's when we go to the technicals that he is starting to shine. We did try and focus on his finishing because we're using the inside forward positioning. So he now has 13 finishing, 15 first touch, 17 dribbling, good long shots, good passing, and amazing 19 forward technique. You can expect that to hit 20 after 6 seasons, I'm pretty sure of it. But obviously this matters for nothing if he isn't performing in game. And he is. Obviously he did start off at about 20 years old, I think it was, and since then he's been hitting around 20 goal contributions a season, up until this season where he's hit over 25, just in the league this is, by the way, and he's now hitting an average match rating of 7.27, so he's definitely one of the biggest contributors for his side, 45 appearances overall with 21 goals. And I think these first years at Real Madrid have definitely been a success, and even if this is the peak he ever gets to in your saves because of his potential range, I think you'd still be happy with an investment of £10 million on this guy. Very fun player to use because he likes to try tricks, because he likes to cut inside, because he's got good flair, and he's only going to get better. So we're going to simulate to the end of 6 seasons now where he's going to be in the prime of his career, and you're about to see an unbelievable player. Okay, we're here at the end of 2027. We have simulated 6 years in this FM22 save, and Kavica has started to do even better. Before we go and have a look at him, I'd just like to let you guys know, as mentioned in the intro, we do have a Newcastle save going on my channel currently, but we are also only about 100 or so subscribers away from reaching 5,000, which has been a goal of mine for a long time. So if you want to check my channel out and just help me out towards that goal, that would be totally awesome. But back onto the video now. Not only is he still the top goal scorer at the club, even if it is joint top goal scorer, he is now the biggest assist maker at the club, alongside loads of player of match awards, and a 7.52 average match rating in this most recent season is insane for a player on that left hand side. If we set his role to that inside forward role that we've been looking for from him, we can see he's perfectly suited to it now. He's classed as an elite winger, a 4.5 star player, near enough 5 stars, what more can you want? Physically, he's doing really well, that strength has gone up, he's very quick, and that agility has now reached 20, so pretty perfect when you're looking for a player to cut inside alongside the traits that he's got. Mentally, anticipation, composure, everything is still at a very high level like before. Decision making is at a super high level now. We did focus in on that, and everything else is looking very nice, but it's his 20 technique which really impresses me, and that is complemented by how good he is at passing, his long shots, his first touch, his amazing dribbling, his good finishing. He is now on £300,000 a week. The player that we initially invested £10 million into is on a huge deal at the club. Before we look at the things that we can actually judge his game on, I still just want to point out he's apparently got 3 more international caps over the course of 3 years for the Georgian national team, is their key player, but just isn't appearing in any of the matches at all. So it's really confusing me. I don't know when that happened and they decided they could use him. Maybe only in international tournaments he's appearing. I don't know how it's working. But either way, he is a top tier player, and you saw that he had a great season here this year. His season beforehand was just impeccable really. A 7.93 on the left hand side with 31 goals, 15 assists and 12 player of the match awards in 38 league appearances. And if we look across all competitions, you've got 51 appearances, 36 goals, 22 assists. It's probably under my head right now, but then 15 player of the match awards. Kavica has been insane, and yeah, the other season that we're missing out was also a very good one. He's continually got better. Yes, this year he dropped off a little bit, but it's still at a very high level. The 7.93 season is one of the best that I've seen in these simulations, particularly from a player that isn't a striker and wouldn't be expected to score this many goals or contribute this many goals to the team. So he really has impressed me, developed so well. I don't know if he's won any milestones, any competitions, awards, whatever it might be. So if we have a look, we'll see if he has won anything. Here we go, we can see that in that 5th season, he did win the European Golden Shoe up against Dominic Calvert-Lewin apparently. He was the best player in the Spanish League that season, won plenty of awards, and if we go all the way back down, I'm sure there's going to be some, under 21's Best Player Men's Award. Was apparently won by him, surrounded by the likes of Mbappe, De Ligt, Bellingham, Adeyemi. He's in good company here, I think, Kavicha. Supporters Player of the Year in that first season as well. He has done super well for his side. He has won La Liga multiple times, and I think that's pretty much it. Doesn't look like they ever went on to win a Champions League, but I don't know, what would you rate this guy? For me, he's probably a 9. For £10 million, someone who is going to be in most of your saves, because like I said, I didn't have a Russian league loaded. I just have a Spanish league, and then automatically when it says small, medium or large, I had a large database on, and he was in there. So he's obviously one of the key players in your guys' databases, because he must be so good that they thought they'll put him in all of them. I just think he is very good. Attributes wise, in-game performance, the availability of the player, how cheap he is, I've got to give him at least a 9. I think I'll go for a 9. What a player Kavicha has been. Do let me know what you think of him down below out of 10. Like the video if you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you signed him or if you're going to sign him now. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.